As the 5 red lights are about to come on, we've got the cars on the grid. Here they come then. They're not the GP here in Germany. Is about to be underway. Now, lights out, away we go. Or do we? We've been held for an awful long time, but we are eventually away with Nicholas Latifi leading from pole position. Cem Bolukbasi sliding off the line, and down the inside goes Charles Leclerc and takes the place immediately. Slightly cutting that first corner, it has to be said, but he's already right onto the tail of Nicholas Latifi, and immediately they're restarting the battle they had a couple of weeks ago. We've got a couple of spins in the background. One of the Williamses is round. That was Limitless, and Charles Leclerc has already swept through and into the lead of the German Grand Prix. Side by side they will go down into the hairpin of turn 6. Latifi not giving it up. Latifi the Canadian on the inside, Leclerc going round the outside, but Latifi has it covered and retains the lead, having lost it earlier on in the lap, and he holds on for now. Latifi leading from Leclerc in second and Bolukbasi third, Aarav.
This is absolutely insane stuff there. Charles straight away on it round the outside, and he does it. What a move in front of the Mercedes grandstand there.
As we keep an eye on this battle, Cem Bolukbasi, we go on board as he's in the slipstream behind Nicholas Latifi. Is he going to find a route down the inside? We said this is the place to see some overtaking, and it's not letting us down. Straight away, Bolukbasi down the inside. Textbook stuff, Aarava, and he's up into second place.
I think he's going to be very hungry in that cockpit now. He sees P1. He sees the big dog, Charles Leclerc, right there. Yeah, I think these two need to try and work together, you know, I think, because there's a bit of a gap from Ben in P6 to P5 there, the Mercedes, as we've got yellow flags behind, and there was an incident turn 1, and Pete Smith with a DNF there, and I think Felix also got caught up in the Haas, I think that was, so he's down the order as well. So that's really unfortunate for them as we now ride on board Veloce in the Red Bull car, getting back in the slipstream. It's so powerful down this main straight here at Germany. And so they go wheel to wheel. The Williams defensive, Limitless on the inside there. He's going to have to try and get the elbows out and squeeze them out to maintain the position.
Limitless just keeping it within the track limits as they now head down into turn 2 and 3. And this is a real opportunity for Limitless to get that move.
This is exactly where he wants to be, behind Ben on this main straight. You want to have the DRS here, and Ben is going to be a sitting duck here. What can Tiametmarduk do in the Ferrari? Will he go defensive to the inside? He does hold the line, but JD is the one who really forces the move on the outside there, and Ben putting up a very lackluster fight. I guess, like I said, maybe he's listened to me, and he's going to use him, because these two can work together. They can DRS train off each other and try and catch up to Thibaut potentially, as Ben, you can see there, could have made a move, doesn't. So I suspect that's what they're going to try and do, maybe. Yeah, Leclerc's in, and Bolukbasi into the pits there. You can see on the left, also Thibaut Courtois comes in. We've got yellow flags for some reason there. Also, Limitless dives in, but Ben opts to stay out. Of course, Charles was in, so he had to kind of accept the fact that he had to stay out there. And obviously, if a Formula 1 driver is your teammates coming into the pits, you're not going to say no to him, are you? So...
Yeah, absolutely not. So into the pits then comes Limitless onto the jacks and a set of soft competitors, and that's a brand new front wing going on there as well. So he was involved in the incident at the start. We didn't realise it was to that extent where he's got front wing damage as Veloce rejoins the racetrack. Where is Latifi in all this? He's come out in 4th, so he's still behind Leclerc and Bolukbasi and still 1.7 back. So that's the key there. No positions gained then from Latifi despite doing a lap less on those tyres. So he rejoins still behind Bolukbasi and Charles Leclerc, but that's really a sore one for Limitless. It's actually quite impressive to see that he did so well for so long with that damaged wing as he now makes that move on Depeto and is up into 8th. Very close between them there, but look at this. Cem Bolukbasi now right in the gearbox of Charles Leclerc.
This is what we want to see. This
Absolutely.
is it.
I mean, this is what we've been asking for a long time. F1 esports drivers going head-to-head against the real thing. 2-time race winner Charles Leclerc against Cem Bolukbasi. This is going to be very exciting. Buckle your seatbelts up, folks. Lap 7 out of 17. These two are going to the end now. They've made their pit stops, and Latifi is dropping back 4.7 behind at the minute. I think I've seen Charles Leclerc actually picked up a 3-second time penalty on that previous lap. Not too sure what it's like for Cem Bolukbasi. I've not seen anything from him in terms of penalties, so he is kind of in pole position to take that win at the moment, but we want to see it on the track, and I'm sure Cem thinks the same way about it as they make their way through that first corner, and he's right behind him. Is he considering a move up the inside? Not quite. He's going to just wait, bide his time, and go for a move down into turn 6. So Leclerc does quite well actually coming out of there, gets a good run, but here, this is where the DRS will open up. This is where the ERS usage will come, and is Cem Bolukbasi, the Turkish driver, going to make the move on Charles Leclerc down into the braking zone for the hairpin? He's got through, but Leclerc tries to hold it on the inside. Oh, he's so late on the brakes, and he forces him out, and he holds on to the lead of the Grand Prix. Great racing there, and as we saw last week, in the Veloce versus Leclerc is not scared to hit the brake pedal pretty late, and he did it there again, and somehow holds on to the lead of the race. Aarava, great racing.
And he takes his through as he opens DRS. Surely another attempt at an overtake, but will Charles defend successfully once again?
Well, he's caught him a little bit earlier on the straight this time. Has Cem Bolukbasi. It's going to be even harder now for Charles to get back down the inside, and I think he's not going to do it again. He's late on the brakes. He tries to hold it around the inside. Now cuts back on the exit, but Bolukbasi parks the car on the apex, makes it difficult for Leclerc to get on the throttle, and Cem Bolukbasi now does take the lead of the German Grand Prix.
But right now, Leclerc will be right on the back of him there, very wide on the exit, but right up behind him. Will he go for the move down the inside? Yes, he does. It's a late dive, but he makes it work. But now Cem will have the behind line, will have the toe, the slipstream, and he's got a great exit, and he's switched back on him on the left-hand side. He's got DRS now, and so he's been minced, the Toro Rosso driver, back up into first place. But now will Leclerc get a second phase of that toe to make a dive and go round the outside? Is he going to go the long way round? No, Cem holds a very wide line and maintains first place, but this is exquisite. F1 esports driver versus a real life driver, and he continues. Oh my word! As Leclerc goes round the outside of the left-hander at the Mercedes grandstand, and what a move to take the race lead back.
Bolukbasi will get on that throttle a little bit sooner, and he opens up the DRS, and once again he's going to be coming sailing past, I think. Leclerc chooses not to defend the inside line, and the monogas driver is going to be overtaken once again down this straight. Bolukbasi regains the lead, and Leclerc trying again down the inside. Another late manoeuvre. Oh, Bolukbasi had to turn away from the corner. We had to turn away from the screen, for goodness sake. But incredibly, Charles Leclerc is back through again, and once again making great use of that brake pedal. You know, you get a dose of that DRS around down this straight too, so it just sets you up perfectly from turn 1 to turn 2. And once again, Bolukbasi is going to have to try another move on Charles Leclerc. Again, Charles Leclerc defends the inside, and once again, Cem Bolukbasi breezes past, but we've already seen many times what Charles Leclerc is like on the brake pedal down here. Is he going to go for it this time? No, not this time. It seems like he's going to be content with second for now and just hold up and perhaps try and save some of that ERS, but despite that, he's still right in the slipstream behind Cem Bolukbasi. Is he going to go for the hat-trick into the Mercedes-Benz grandstand section? He might, you know. He is, you know. But Bolukbasi's wise to it, and he clings on. Lap 12 out of 17.
Looks like aggressive into turn 1. Maybe he goes for a move this time round. No, he's going to just wait. Maybe he's now learnt finally, because he did previously make a move into this right-hander. Now he's kind of maybe picked up that, okay, I should maybe just wait here, because the F1 game, the slipstream is so powerful on the base game. So here he goes now with DRS open. Cem, a little bit movement to the right. Charles will go on the left there, and that should be a slam dunk overtake. But will Cem now be late on the brakes and repay the favour maybe into the hairpin? No, because look how late the Ferrari man. Oh, he's gone wide though. And Cem has a little sneak, but then in the end gets acceleration there. And so we go for another halfway through the lap where they've swapped positions once again, Andy. Brilliant stuff. Ben is in P5, not too far behind though, 1 second back. So that might be a fight to watch later on as the race ends towards lap number 17. But here we are running on board with Cem Bolukbasi in the Toro Rosso in second place, and he's going to go for another move. Oh, it's a bit of a wobble as Leclerc made a very late decision to go left there, and the nerves really had to be tested for the Toro Rosso driver, but he's held his own, and he's back up into first. But Leclerc with the switchback move on the right-hand side, and now might have the nose in for what is usually a flat-out corner in qualifying there. Grazes the grass. He's on the outside, has to go the long way round.
Not
and
again.
Needs to make a little bit of contact there. There's wheel-to-wheel stuff, and this is absolutely brilliant. Will they keep it going into the stadium section there? Leclerc on the inside, Bolukbasi the long way around. Surely has to lift off. Yes, he does. And they just about make it through, all intact, but oh my God, this is all getting so too much.
On lap number 15, is he going to go for the move again? Will Leclerc go for that late move to the inside to defend? We'll have to wait and see. I think Cem Bolukbasi is going to be alongside much sooner this time. He is. He's already pulling alongside. Leclerc tries to squeeze him, but through goes Bolukbasi once again into the lead. Will we see a late move from Leclerc again? No. Again, maybe learning from previous laps and decides against it, and we'll try on the next lap perhaps.
Leclerc once again through turn 1, very close, as we got someone spun round there and ghosted there, unfortunately. So one of the cars out of this Grand Prix. Leclerc hangs back once again, and it's that usual slingshot through this left. Open DRS now. Cem very aggressively to left-hand side to try and break the toe, but albeit for no to come, because the Leclerc is on the left. He's already got the slipstream and the toe, and he's fully passed into turn 1. Will Cem make a late dive? Looks like he might. Yes, he does. Very late on the brakes there, taking a feather out of the Ferrari driver's books there, and he's up into first place once again. This is, he's living his dream right now, battling Charles Leclerc.
It's absolutely fantastic. It's great to see you. Look at Leclerc switching back to the inside. And he made it work. He's went to the outside 3 times. He's now going for the inside. Not this time, though. Bolukbasi should have the corner, but they're still side by side, entering the stadium section. And it's almost single file through here. They need to be careful. And Leclerc just about sweeps around the outside and holds on. That is absolutely brilliant racing once again between the pair. And we're now about to start the final lap of the race.
It's crunch time. This is it.
Pick a winner, Aarav. Pick a winner.
I'm going to have to go for Charles Leclerc. He's made some fantastic overtakes. Cem has been such a big competitor, so kudos to him. But Leclerc a little bit wide, though, so he might be there. And he take us through. This is the final. This is it. Crunch time. This is it. The last lap. Cem's second place here. The best place to be, potentially.
Well, this is it. It's real-life Formula 1 taking on the F1 Esports Series. Who's going to come out on top? That is Charles Leclerc in the bottom left-hand corner of your screen. He must be getting a bit nervous. He defends the inside. Bolukbasi goes down the outside. Is he far enough ahead? Leclerc will try again. Bolukbasi doesn't want to let him through, but Leclerc somehow squeezes down the inside and has the place. So he has the lead for now, but we've seen this before. It will continue all the way down to the Mercedes Grandstand section. On the final lap, we go to the helicopter shot. Leclerc again breaks late, again squeezes Bolukbasi out, and again holds the lead of this Grand Prix. Remember, though, he does have a 3-second time penalty. I'm not too sure about Cem. We'll see when we get to the flag. But Leclerc is trying everything, and Bolukbasi slides, hits the gravel. And surely that decides it on the track. We'll see what the stewards say, because we've seen Leclerc on a penalty. As round the final couple of corners, Charles Leclerc will win race 1 on the road. Does he win it on the timings, though? That's the question. Leclerc across the line first. The timing says that Bolukbasi, though, takes the victory. And wow, what a race. I'm just glad, Aarav, that we got to see them battle it out on the racetrack regardless of that time penalty.
That was absolutely exquisite. What was that? 8 laps of straight battling there. Absolutely brilliant. Latifi in third. He was 5 seconds back. They were literally in a different planet there after that first pit stop there, Andy. Wow, that was very unique. That is the beauty of this entire situation here, having a Formula 1 driver versus F1 esports driver at the top level there, duking out for 8-9 laps. Amazing.